WD. It is time for our drive time right here at 980 WDDO. Come and join us this morning. I tell you, we had
This isn't
a
coffee.
heck of a morning yesterday. So let's see what it's going to be like on this morning. Good morning to you. Here we go.
Well, y'all, there's a little song that my grandmother taught me a long time ago. One day I was sick and I wasn't feeling too good. But she said, son, come on down to the room. Come on in the room.
Hey, come!
What's wrong? Jesus, he is my doctor, and he writes and he gives. Come on, let's in the room.
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Come on in the room.
Come on in the room. Cuz is on it this morning, y'all. Go!
Listen here, y'all. I don't know
Hey.
if you ever been in the room
Good morning,
before,
everybody. Hit share.
but whatever you need is in the room. It's in the
Shut
room.
around, you be Dr. Anderson
All
in
you
there
have to do
again.
is come on
Yeah,
in.
today, where you been?
Come on in the room.
Whoa. Siandra. Siandra, you doing it? Proud of you. Man, I love y'all. Mimi is on here this morning with the yellow two-piece. It wasn't a maxi. Oh, Tamarine time. Well, it's a real station. Man, that was a good start right here at 980 WDDO.
Where is it? That's not it. That's not it.
There we go.
Wait, that's it.
Time. Ain't nothing back there. It's all gone. Like that is crazy. Right. You receive. And I did. Siandra, and I did. Okay, well, now we just set up. All right. Here we go. Hey, come on. All right, good morning to you. Thank you for tuning in to 980 WDDO. It is called Drive Time. I'm Vertise at Z. I ain't dropping nothing. Hey. All right. right. You're tuned into the number one gospel station right here in Macon, Georgia, where we get together all over the world and the community. We live, we love, and we laugh. I'm still laughing from the funeral from yesterday. Man, that was just simply amazing. We want to say welcome, Father, those that missed it. Can we get a repeat of the I'm telling you, I've been laughing about that this morning. They didn't have any pallbearers either. And so everybody had to chip in to help carry the casket. And so one of the family members said, be careful, that casket costs $1 million. And the grandbaby said, who paid for it? All right, it's hey, Kathy Bell, glad to have us missing you. All right, good morning to you. Let's call the road right here this morning. Yesterday was simply amazing. Every day with drive time is really amazing. You don't never know which way we're going to turn. You never know which way it's going to go. And also, thank all of you that tuned in last night. Hope you enjoyed that. All right, good morning, Bishop Don Harris Scott. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Chandral Combs. Good morning to you. Good morning, Lashrell Taylor. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Taro Davis. Hey, Cuz, Cam Golding, Lashrell Taylor, Katia Warren Tucker. Good morning, Tammy Faye Williams, Dr. Dallas Anderson. Good morning to you, Sharon Taunton. Good morning to you, Serena Shine. Deadris Dion Henderson. Good morning. Good morning, Sean Walker. Good morning to you, Yvonne Singleton. Good morning to you, Daphne Thomas. Good morning, Ellie Wash. Good morning, Tamika Meem. Tamika, why you turn to the side when you be taking those pictures? That's almost like you create your own number D, like a backwards D. All right, Sandra. Sandra, you already know, right? Good morning to you, Anne Marie. Good morning to you, Absy Rouse Robinson. Good morning to you. Good morning, Dr. Dallas Anderson. Good morning to you, Lashania Rouse Brown. Good morning, Crystal McCorkle Little. Good morning to you. What about Shirley? Shirley, I love you. Good morning to you, Providence. That's Shaquenta Barnett Thomas. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning to you, Donnie White, senior nephew. Good morning to you, Margaret Respress. Good morning, Captain Bell Bond. Darcy and Taylor, I love you. Good morning, Lashania Rouse Brown. Good morning, Anthony Poe. Where you been, man? Amy Kuhn Briziel. Did I say that right, Amy? Amy Kuhn Briziel? Briziel? Or Amy? I know I got that right. Amy Kuhn Briziel. Tell me that I say it right. Good morning, Steve Bryan. Good morning to you, Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia. Good morning. That's my signature. But that ain't no signature pose. Let me tell you why it ain't no signature pose. Because let me tell you why. Let me tell you. See, LaShania told you that this was going to happen. But no, you got to pose the little yellow, little two-piece mini bathing suit that showing your Kunta Kinte and their cousins. You need to cut your stuff out. Me. I'm telling you now. I'm just letting you know that people are watching you. We got our eyes on you. All right. Good morning. Yvonne Singleton, good morning to you. Good morning. Lashania, let's see where we are. Good morning. Hey, Lachelle. Good morning to you, girl. Good morning, Cynthia, Susan. Hey, Susan. Good morning, Zantion. Good morning, Patricia Booth. Good morning to you. You need to catch yourself. You need to watch yourself, Tamika. You know what you're doing. That ain't representing no Twiggs County. That's representing what Moses, the Lord told Moses, and all that came up. Coming to see you Sunday, the Lord will remember. I promise it's pronounced just like the country Brazil. I got you. And you coming Sunday? Are you really going to sing? All right, great. I can't wait to see you. Tamika, Mimi Walker, you got it, girl. Act like you know it. She ain't got it. Reverend George Taylor, good morning to you. I just had a caller. Call me back. Yeah, Mimi Walker. Everybody was very quiet at work yesterday until I told them about the funeral, boy. I tell you, this whole office could... This is Cynthia. How in the... Okay, hey, Raps. Oh, in Sumter, South Carolina. Thank you. Auntie Lane, hey, I love you. Auntie Lane, did you hear it yesterday? Did the preacher deliberately not go to... That's what Madam President said this morning. That preacher was like, no, I'm not going to the cemetery. Y'all showed out on me. y'all put it in the ground yourself. You do it yourself. I'm not going to be a part of that. You stop my program. You say, wait a minute, preacher, wait a minute. My brother on the phone. He wants to say something to my mama. Put it on speakerphone, lay the phone in the casket. Go ahead, bro, talk to her. She hear you? Go ahead, talk to her. Yeah. She hear you. Okay, then to get Brittany, call me, Brittany. Just one more time, Brittany. Please. Mother Cole, tell Brittany to call me. That preacher had enough right. Dr. Anna said, listen, the preacher's looking around like this. Like, I know I'm being punked. I know this getting ready to go on TV. I'm being punked. No, it's not. You wasn't on TV, bro, preacher, but you are on the radio. And we are talking about it. I told everyone inside and outside. So the little boy, okay, so no power barriers, okay. And so they call everybody, the grave diggers, the hearse driver, even a little white guy was walking by. Hey, can you come here first? Not really, this happened. And so they get it there, and one of the family members said, don't drop that casket, it costs $1 million. And one of the grandkids, Mother Code grandkids said, who paid for it? I'm telling you, this show, y'all got to call me, 478-250-14. I hope she called back. I finished telling all this. I laughed really all day and all night about that. And I was laughing this morning. Now, Mother, who was it, Bishop? Mother Jean. Mother Jean said she was rolling from one side of the couch to the other side laughing. She just needed somebody in there to laugh with her. Good morning to you. Thank you for being the best part. Got a quick question for you. If you could retire today, I want to hear it again. I know. Brittany, call me, Brittany. Do I have? Okay, I'm going to call her. I think I got it. I don't. Hey, good morning, caller. You on the air.
Apostle, they thought I was lying. I said, I cannot make this up. I said, y'all going to have to get on drive time with me because I'm not making this up.
This really happened.
They say, where this was? I say, in Georgia.
It was right down there in Perry, Georgia, baby.
I told them that in Perry, down the street from us.
Down the street. I'm going to get her back on the phone.
I told my boss, she didn't hear, so I went and told her after she got off the phone. I said, Listen, I got something to make you laugh. I said, everybody's so down. I want to make you laugh. And I said, how about this? Yesterday, they were on the radio, and they were talking about a funeral that really, truly happened. Say this lady was in the casket, and the phone rang, and the pastor was up there, and she said, hello, and put the phone on speakerphone and took it to the casket. To the casket.
Hey, go ahead, bruh. Ma hear you. Say what you need to say. Hold on, preacher. You ain't saying nothing, no.
I'm still laughing. I am still laughing at that. I am in disbelief.
I'm gonna get her back on the phone. Let's hear the rest of it.
Please, tell her to come on. I'm ready.
What time it is? It's right here at 980 WDDO. I'm gonna get her back on the phone. Let's see. 478-235. Man, that's some serious stuff, people. Good morning to you. So the family had to get everybody in the studio. LaShadia Rosbriar called me yesterday.
There you go.
Hey, Brittany.
Huh? Good morning.
Brittany, you back on the radio again. We still laughing, Brittany.
No,
Brittany, tell them about your baby. What your baby said.
Oh, you talking about when we was at the barrier?
Right, okay. We didn't have no paw barriers, number one. Why did it
right. The funeral home people had to do that, and then it was a young man out there, and then my Uncle Junior. That's my mama brother. He like 80-some years old. He gonna go out there try to get the cash. My mama done said, Junior, you know you too weak for that. You can't do that. He said, all right. So it was like 4 people that had got the casket or whatever. And then so he told them, y'all don't drop that casket. That's $1 million casket. My little boy said, who paid for that? And my Uncle Junior said, I did. My mom said, "Oh, Lord, now that's a lie, cause you got that."
That ain't what Mama said.
Right.
Mama, Mama said, "OS."
Mama said when she went out. Mama ain't got. I said, "Mama, don't do that. She said, "Shoot, I'm paying his bill." I said, "No, Henry." I said, "These folks got this all at the funeral." I said, "No, Henry."
Hey, Brittany. Brittany, now, they just called. I mean, they didn't have nobody, no pallbearer. Hey, first lady of hype. And so a young man standing by, hey, can you come help us? And then your 84-year-old uncle tried to help too.
Right.
And they said,
he can't do.
Brittany, Brittany, did the pastor, you think the pastor did not know he was supposed to go?
I thought that was common sense, but he said that he thought it was a private burial. He said he thought it was a private burial. And then so when they called, they were like, "Oh, where you at?" Because a lot of people did get lost coming out there because some folk was in Fort Valley, some folk was still in Macon. Like, everybody went everywhere because they did not have the correct address to come to the burial. So it wasn't really like, it was just probably about 7 to 8 people out there. And so when we get out there, they called the pastor. He said, "I'm in Macon." And then they was like, I was like, I could have said, but I said, I ain't no minister or no pastor then, but I told him I could have probably did it, but he ended up doing it on the phone though.
Wait a minute, Brittany. Wait a minute. Brittany.
So crazy.
Brittany, wait a minute now. The pastor on the phone, they put him on speakerphone. He said, I'm in Macon. I can't make
right,
it.
They thought that he was probably lost because a lot of people was not even there or whatever. So when they called him, he said, "I thought it was private." And they were like, no, where you at? Or whatever like that. And he was like, "I'm in Macon."
So the pastor pulled on the side of the road and then they put him on speakerphone.
I don't think he pulled over. He sounded like he probably was already pulled over somewhere getting him something to eat. Because the funeral was kind of long. I told you they did all that stuff at the funeral. It was a lie. Lord knows it was a lie. And see, I probably would have been able to record, but they said no pictures and stuff like that. So that's why I didn't have my phone.
Okay, Brittany.
I think that's why I didn't have my phone.
Brittany, how long did they leave that phone in the casket? How long did he talk to her?
The whole service.
No, Brittany, shut up. They did not leave that phone in that casket the whole service.
Okay.
Brittany.
I wish I could have recorded. I promise you that. I promise you. They had that on phone in the whole service. The pastor went on by he went on singing, and he went on and spoke words. I said, "Lord, remember, this just make me like it already was hard trying to go, cause we done had all this going on all month, all year. So Mama then was like, "Come on, Brittany, this Uncle Junior daughter, so I'ma just you take us up here and we going to the funeral." I said, "Okay, Mom, cause I ain't got time, cause I remember my cousin funeral, how it was with them. I was like, oh."
So Brittany, wait a minute. They left the phone on speakerphone the whole time in the casket while the man preaching. And he just went to singing and started preaching while the boy... What was he saying to his mama?
I don't know. I know he was saying something, though. And then when they first put the other sister, she was like, "Come on. It's okay, bro. Talk to her, bro. Tell her what you want her to know." Because I think they kind of had him in the blind the whole time. I'm not even sure. Like, I don't even know if he knew his mama had unpaid.
Hold on, excuse me, y'all. What the sister said? Go ahead. Talk to me.
Yeah, come on. Go ahead, bro. She can hear you. That lady can't hear you. You heard me.
Brittany, how many times when you got in the car, you said, "I'm glad Rozier wasn't here. I'm glad."
Yes, I said, Mama, I'm glad you didn't tell them to come down here. Cause this here, then when we getting in the car, Pastor Rozier, we getting in the car, right?
Right.
The fire truck pulling up. I said, Lord, what is going on?
What the fire truck doing at the funeral? What the
lady done fell inside the funeral home. Child, and them folks be about to check. I'm just leave it alone. I tell you later. I do this. What happened, Ada?
What's this? What is that?
He talking about tell him what the pastor preached about. The pastor preached about your tongue, the power in the tongue. That's what Ada told me to tell you.
Lord. Whoa, I'm telling you now, I guess this is the normal because the last funeral I went with your family, the preacher got up and announced, hey, everybody, listen, the funeral's going to be about 32 minutes late. If you have to go somewhere, you might well get on up out of here because the family is at another funeral home.
and let me tell you, when we was there to this one, and then our mama said the funeral started at 2 o'clock. It did not start at 2 o'clock. It probably started a little bit after. I said, Lord, these folks, they don't know how to be on time. They don't know, like, I ain't trying to talk about them, but they lost.
I mean, the funeral before, we got there at 1 o'clock. I mean, no, it started at 1 o'clock, but it didn't start at 1:45.
Right, yes.
And what was it? It was a guy, right, in the funeral. Who was being buried? And he's sitting up in there like this. Dead. I know.
Yeah. And see, all these Uncle Junior, these my mama's brothers are children and grandchildren.
Not children.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty. What time it is? Get off my phone.
Dry Tyler.
Good morning, caller. You on the air? Good morning, caller. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Good morning. You tuned in to Not. You're right. Exactly, Terrell. That's what I heard. 478-250-1444. What a morning we have. It's called Drive Time. Yes, it's a live show. We don't practice anything. It just happened as we... Pete, did you hear all this? Go ahead, bro. Tell her. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Say with the preacher, you need to hold up. We didn't pay you but $25. No way. So you don't probably worked up your little money. So you can chill. All right. Good morning, caller. You on the air?
Can everybody just stay alive and here?
No. This really happened. No. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna do. No, I'm not gonna do that to that family. No. They're not lying. No. I'm not gonna do that to that family. They are. I've been to it. That woman is telling the truth.
No. I said everybody stay alive.
Oh.
To the rapture. Everybody just keep living to the rapture period. Please stay alive. These coupon funerals.
But how in the world you put the phone in the casket for the whole service?
Jesus, baby, that's a coupon funeral. Man, that preacher would have said, hey.
They stopped him. No.
It's not for y'all. It's not for her. It's for y'all.
Listen, they stopped him. They said, wait a minute. My brother on the phone. He want to talk to my mama.
I want to know who that preacher was. Any real preacher would have said, baby, this message I'm finna give you is for y'all. Let your brother, if your brother needs to stay on the phone, let him listen to me.
My whole sermon would have changed. Before I got there, I probably would have preached something like, we'll see you again, or may the Lord be with you. But after that, my whole message would have changed. My subject would have been, who the hell left the gate open?
Right. Everybody just stay woke in fear. Just stay woke and stay up to the rapture conquer, baby. He can't take another one. He can't take another story.
The first one I went at, they held the funeral over for 45 minutes.
I can't take another one, Bree. I can't take another one.
And when they got there, hey, Louis, when they got there, they were so drunk. I'm like, no wonder y'all was at another funeral. Now, they had another funeral crying on somebody they don't even know. And when they get up there, they realize, oh, this ain't Willie.
cannot do it. I just need everybody to stay woke. Stay woke and parent, because we got time. These are coupon funerals. I can't do it. These coupon funerals. Everybody stay woke.
Girl, this is a teacher kids morning. Good morning. This is a time this morning. I mean, listen, they was at another funeral home. They was in the line crying. Like, oh God.
But see, I can't do it because I know me. I be at the funeral cracking, and I can't do it. So, baby, I can't do it.
This ain't Uncle Willie. What? This ain't our daddy. They called on the funeral. Hey, we at the wrong funeral break. What?
I cannot. I can't. Everybody just they want Jesus because I can't do it. I can't take another story. Everybody parents say, well, I plead the blood. Everybody say, woke and fair. Until Jesus come, baby. So we can't take another.
Dr. Anderson said,
I'll probably say, we can't pick you up. We busy. We booked the beach. We ain't got no room. We can't do that service no more. What? No, it won't be a third.
Dr. Anderson said, let's find out who the preacher is so we can stock his Facebook.
I need to find out who the funeral home is with that, baby. Don't worry about it. We booked them bees. We loaded.
No. This is the part that got me. They have no pallbearers or they're lost somewhere.
First of all,
a young man.
When you don't have pallbearers for tea, that means funeral home people got to do it. Right. Everybody at the funeral home is 7 and above.
Right.
They can't be listening to me, folks.
Right. It wasn't enough. So a guy walking by there like, hey, dude, come here. Yeah, you can. Can you help us take Uncle Willie to the? Yeah, he's just about 15 feet. Come.
These funeral homes is not gonna book them anymore. They're not gonna let them in. They're not gonna do it because that's too much work. These men that are 7 and above that work at these funeral homes, all they want to do is drive the family car and eat folk food.
Reverend George Taylor.
Reverend Taylor can't do it either.
Oh God, what a morning, man! We have another morning. Tell me what time it is.
Another one. It's drive time, baby.
It's ride time, right? Yeah, hey, G-Mama, love you. Oh, man. Auntie Lane, this has been a morning already. Good morning to you, and thank you for tuning in tonight. Bishop, come up if you can. Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to 980 WDDO. Oh, man, it was supposed to be Hot Topic Wednesday, and I basically have the turn. Hey, Nikita, you missed it. Basically had to turn the fan on. It is so hot. All right, I love you guys. It is an amazing morning. Give me my next caller. 478, Nikita, you missed it. You got to go back and watch it. Hey, Tay, love you, son. You got to go back and watch it. 478-250-1444. Oh, Nikita, what do you think? I think it's amazing. Love you too. Thank you, G-Mama. I think it is. Let's see. I'm getting 1,000 text messages about this morning's program. Good morning to you. All right, I see. I'm with you. Hello, stranger. I don't know my auntie. She was a good person. Can you come? Right. Can you come? Hey, Pauline Alves, the cell phone is gone too. What do you mean? You think what if you think they left it in there? Listen, bro, you need to hold up. You know this phone prepaid. Yeah. Yeah, hold on a minute. This you? Hold on a minute. Preacher, hold on a minute. My brother on the phone. Excuse me? My brother on the phone. He want to talk to Mom. Okay, I'm in the middle of my sermon, sweetheart. We didn't give you but $25. You don't work that. Hold on a minute. Go ahead, bruh. Go ahead, talk to Mom. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I hope the funeral home gave them additional charge. No. The pictures are up in the funeral home. When you walk in, you know how they says we want it or looking for these people. Their pictures up in the funeral home. Do not serve. If died, don't pick up. Stay away. Okay. Good morning, caller. You're there.
Good morning, Apostle.
Good morning. What is going on?
First of all, how do you put a phone in the casket and let it stay in the casket? He talking, so does he not hear anybody talking at the funeral?
It wasn't.
Is that not a distraction?
Well, it was. That's the thing. It was a distraction. But hey, Thelma Pride, Mom, she said I needed this laugh. But first of all, the preacher is up. All right. We want to say God bless you until the bereavement. Wait a minute, bro, preacher, hold on. My brother calling. Hold on, wait a My brother on the phone. Yeah, he down there in Reedsville, but he want to talk to Ma. Hold on a minute.
You know, they don't give us so many. Well, you know, the time run out. They don't give us so many minutes anyway.
Okay,
15-minute call.
Okay, so he's on his burner phone, I guess.
They have those.
Right?
He's on the burner. Well, he on the burner. He can stay on there as long as he wants to.
And evidently he did. But her phone was prepaid, bro.
The minutes ran out.
So they laid the phone in the casket through the whole message.
Yeah, and it stayed in the. First of all, so the casket stayed open the whole funeral too because the casket gets closed down after you do the. Well, you know, it's up to the family.
It's up to the family. Right.
It's up to the family.
Right, and they requested that because bruh was on the phone because he has not had Chick-fil-A in a couple of years, about 11 to be exact. And,
I think they just need to start having graveside funerals.
Graveside? How about just cremate them?
I was gonna say that too, but you know, something. I mean, the funeral ain't working. Or maybe they should just do wakes and not even worry about doing a funeral. Just do a wake, so that way you can come as you please. Because you know, a lot of times wakes are informal, and so people come and go throughout the whole time.
Well, maybe it was a wake.
Have a set time.
Well, it was a funeral though.
Well,
I really would have been mad if I would have put on one of my suits or something and went. I don't know.
Wasted your gas and your time.
You know, I think the funniest funeral. I went to a funeral once in Florida. That was in Miami, and the young lady got up and she was crying. She was like, "I'm gonna miss you, auntie." And one of the sisters stood up and said, "I know you gonna miss her, cause you remember the other year when you stole that money, she beat that A." I mean,
Jerry Springer, baby, bring it on, bring it on. See, funerals are kind of they can be touch and go sometimes, and you never really know what's gonna happen because either everybody's gonna be peaceful or somebody's gonna bring out the dirt. Now, I've seen people bring out the dirt peacefully. And everybody in the church was in awe, and it's one of those things. Well, like if you know, you know. Everybody in church looking like, we just got slapped. Yeah,
listen,
so
I was at one of my cousin's funerals. I did the funeral, and the dad was died, and the son get up and say, "I don't know who y'all up here talking about. That wasn't me."
That's what I'm trying to tell you. See, I mean, really and truthfully, who can stop them? By the time you stop them, they don't air that dirty laundry.
Well, let's try this. What if the phone would have went off and it started ringing? It was "Bad Girl" by Usher.
Baby, well, you know what? Well, he didn't hang up.
Crazy.
So that's the only reason why it wouldn't have rang. Ain't no telling what it would have played, LaShawn, if he wouldn't have hung up. He stayed on the line the whole time. That's probably the only thing that saved it.
Auntie Lane says maybe he knew Mom was on her way to heaven and was thinking this was the only chance to talk to the Lord. That's why it was on speaker. Okay, Auntie Lane.
To talk to the Lord? He talked to the Lord?
Well, he was
confused, Auntie Lane. No comment.
Maybe, I don't know.
Ask Auntie Lane, did she attend that funeral? Because she done got confused with them.
Well, I'm just trying to think if he would have texted her, would she would have stopped the funeral to say, "Oh, he texted. Wait a minute." Okay, Ma, he said that they gave him 3 more years because he got in a fight in the bathroom again. And
Apostle.
What?
Hey, I remember the quick calling you, telling you about that time they got.
I want to hear everything.
You should know that much about that jail time.
I'm going to tell it. I'm going to read everything on the script. You know, Donald Trump couldn't read. Maybe he knew what. Good morning, Leslie. I love you. I think that was the funniest thing. That's just crazy.
You're going to be like Anchorman, you know. Don't start acting like Anchorman again, reading everything on the telephone. Read it all, baby. You put it up there, you want it there. I say, like Bernie Mac, I say what y'all scared to say.
Bernie Mac say, hey, Tay called me in to do Bernie Mac during this funeral. I love you, Nikita Jones Adams.
I love you, too.
Tell me what time it is.
It's drive time.
It's drive time right here at 980 WDDO. Don't adjust your radio or your dial. It's live and it's real. Terrell Davis, what do you think? Dr. Anderson, what do you think? Give me your opinions about this, G-Mama. Cynthia Searcy, Chantrell Combs, Tammy Faye. We wanted on the DA to come on. Oh, yeah, the DA got 8 minutes, so go ahead. Everybody do it real quick. I love it here. Tamika, I know, right? Tamika Mimi Walker. Let's see, can we make a movie out of this? No, we need to call Tyler Perry. Included here. Good morning, caller, you on there?
Let's see, can we get Tyler to come in and make a movie out of this?
Hey, why don't we make our own movie? Why give Tyler the money?
That's right. Let's make it. Let's
Just
do it.
wondering. That's a confusion.
Man, this is movie material.
I love it. I mean,
Dry
I think
time.
it's dry time. Yeah, I think it's the best show. Hey, all of you ladies, it's Women's Month, and you all are amazing women. I celebrate Bishop Scott, and I will celebrate you ladies on this month. All of you are amazing. Good morning, caller. You on there?
Good morning, Apostle.
Hello, Reverend. How are you?
Hello, how you doing?
Man, I'm wonderful, Reverend. Did they get the note down?
No, they're working on it.
Oh, so that you're gonna get the car?
Working on it. I don't think I can say they're working on it, Apostle. But if they want to sell it, they'll get it there.
They need, if they want to sell that car. Now, how many more notes you owe on the Malibu? About 5?
We don't go there that morning.
Oh, you
But
almost,
I want to tell you something. My funniest moment at the funeral.
what happened? What's your funniest moment at the funeral?
I was at the funeral 3 or 4 years ago, and a dead man was laying up there, and the lady walked to the casket and looked in. She said, I won't have to worry about you being up behind no more. And that happened, Apostle.
And she said, I don't have to worry about you being my behind no more.
That's what the lady said.
What, Reverend?
She walked into the casket and looked in that casket. She said, I won't have to worry about you being my behind no more. Man, I hollered Apostle in the funeral. And that has to happen, Apostle.
But man, that would have had me rolling like I am now. That's crazy. I mean, you've seen some strange things at funerals, right?
Woo! I went to one time, and they were letting a man down in the ground, and a lady ran to the casket and tried to jump in, and the preacher say, "Turn her loose, she ain't gonna get in there."
I know, that's right. Let her go. Quentin Taylor, good morning.
Let her go.
Man, we love you. Reverend, listen, I want you to get that car for your new church. And Crystal would have been because she's going to be all right in that new car now.
So I ain't gonna work out, Apostle. We're praying. You pray for me, and I pray for you. Keep praying for us, okay?
Reverend, if they get it at 400, I think you ought to do it.
Okay, we working on it, Apostle.
Man, Reverend, by tomorrow now, I want you to be in that. By Friday, I want you to be in your new Cadillac. 2019.
If it belongs will, Apostle.
Well, Reverend, this Cadillac, I want you to know that if anything happened to you, I'm going to make sure you're buried in it.
Wait a minute. Apostle, I'm not going to go there that morning. I was at top Monday. You and Bishop to my drive time family. It's drive time.
That's Reverend Cadillac George. That's Reverend George Cadillac Taylor right here at 980 WDDO. He's trying everything he can to get a 2019 Cadillac down to $350 a month. He's got to bury that buddy in that thing. Crystal, get ready. Get ready, Crystal. You get ready. All right? No. Far as that, all right, the DA report, the DA on in 4 minutes. Let me give my last caller before the DA come in. Don't forget, next Saturday, I'm going to be emceeing a program of the Easter egg hunt right here in Macon, Georgia. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, sir. How about yourself?
I'm wonderful. Who am I speaking with?
It's Miss Faye.
Hey, Faye, what's going on this morning? You able to drive with all this?
Yes.
What you got for me?
I am single.
You gotta do. Are you serious?
Yes.
No, I am so hurt.
Well, I am so happy.
Are you serious? Are you kidding? Are you? This is a drive time on. You got rid of. Byron. You got rid of Byron.
Calvin.
Are you really single?
Yes.
Are you happy about it?
Yes.
Why?
Because God is good.
I mean, this is serious. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm sorry. I mean, should I be sorry with you? Or I don't know what to be right now.
I don't want you to be sorry with me.
You
I don't want you to be sorry for me.
Oh, wow. So you're looking for another young man or older man? Or what do you want?
I'm not looking for neither one.
This doesn't hurt you the other way. I mean, what are you looking for?
I'm not looking.
Oh. Well, you're going to have to do something with them bow legs.
Well, I'm going to let them do the looking, and I just do the picking. No, I'm not going to pick anymore.
Yes, you are. You're going to get married again. Yes, you are. I can see him. I can see him now. Tall, dark-skinned, 6'1", weigh about 198 pounds. Salt and pepper hair. Yeah, you're going to do it.
Well, I think they already taken.
Huh?
I believe they already taken.
Oh, you seen him already? Wait. Oh, okay. Lord. Well, I think you're going to be all right. I think you're going to like it.
I am going to be
Bishop,
all right.
real quick. Well, I sound like you're happy. That's all matters.
That's it.
And I love you.
And I
don't know whether to congratulate you or not on this.
Well, no, don't congratulate me. Just know that I'm happy.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm just happy.
Okay. Long as you're happy and not hoish, you're good.
No, that was in my younger days.
Oh, get on my phone. What time is it?
That's drive time.
I know what I can pick up. All right, it's time for the DA. It's drive time. You never know what's going to happen on drive time. That's what LaShauna says. Want a low nod, a low down payment? Mr. Buck is listening. You better believe that. All right, it's time for a chat with our DA right here at 980 WDDO. And we have the line clear. He probably don't even remember none of the marriage, Miss Faye, come to think of it, because he communed every day with you. And so I don't know whether he even remember the marriage part, neither the divorce part. I think that along the way, somewhere along the way, the day he was sober and he realized he was married to you, and he says, I must did this while I was drunk. And so since I did it while I was drunk, in order to stay in it, I must stay drunk. I'm just saying. All right, I'm waiting on that. We waiting on our DA. Good morning, Colin.
Good morning. How are you?
We're wonderful. We are anticipating the DA this morning. You hear us talking about you already, saying, all right, everybody, they were like, clear the line. It's time for the DA. Clear.
Yes, I did. I'm so excited. I look forward to this every Wednesday morning, the morning chat. The midday morning chat with D.A. Howard.
Man, this is exciting. It is so exciting. And listen, all of the comments and things that you're getting, D.A., thank you so much for taking this time out of your busy schedule to be transparent with Middle Georgia all over, all the way down to Cordell, Georgia, all the way around, all the way over to Milledgeville, Georgia. Can hear you this morning. It's in your hand. It's time for the DA.
Wonderful. So we've had some wonderful things going on. As usual at the DA's office, I'm going to make an announcement today that we will be getting out in the community, but this is the first time it has gotten finalized. And so on May the 20th, which is a Saturday, May 20th, from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., 10 to 2. We are going to have a chat and chew town hall with D.A. Howard at Union Baptist. Pastor Stanley has graciously agreed to host this event, and we are excited about it. I went over there a couple of weeks ago for a women's conference, and I was one of the featured speakers, and we just realized that people had so many questions and wanted the opportunity to ask those questions to their DA. And so we began to do a Q&A, and we had to cut the Q&A short. And so when we looked around, we all knew that there was definitely a need to have an event such as this. And so we're very excited about it. May 20th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and it is going to be at Union Baptist, and it is going to be a chat with D.A. Howard. And so I know Pastor Stanley is going to be reaching out to all of the East Macon churches, and I know we're going to pack the place out and be able to give folk a lot of good information about what's going on in their office.
Man, that's exciting. That's May 20th, which is also Bishop Scott's birthday. So I think that is exciting, and we would listen. It's open to any and everybody. Is that right, D.A.?
Yes, that's right. Open to any and everybody. We're going to have a little food and do a lot of chatting. And so bring all of your questions. We will have the ability to have Wi-Fi capability. So if there are some questions that need to be at the end, asked in private. Sometimes people do have a few questions about cases. We will try to answer as many of those as possible. And, if we cannot answer those there, we will actually, be giving individuals resources where they can get those questions asked, later on in that week by someone in my office.
Wow. We had some calls about wanted to hear more about the Rise, the youth thing that is going on in the city. We have a lot of calls about that and questions as well. And what we're doing, the number that you left with us, we're giving it to them for any questions. Could you talk about that a little bit this morning as well? I know you have a lot of other information, but we'll make time for you just a little bit on that.
Absolutely. So RISE is Restoring Inspiration by Success in Education. And what we do with that initiative is we identify youth from the age of 3 all the way up to 17 who may have experienced adverse childhood experience, such as loss of a parent or loved one via incarceration or death, maybe a child who has witnessed domestic violence, maybe a child who has experienced homelessness or hunger, poverty, maybe a child who has experienced the adverse childhood effects of being awakened by gunfire in their community, in their neighborhood, things of that nature. And because we know that when children suffer adverse childhood experiences, there's a direct correlation to them becoming involved in the criminal justice system.
Correct.
And so if we can identify those youth early, before they come involved in the criminal justice system, or when they've done something minor, like a nonviolent offense, or if they've done something at school, then we can offer them services to mitigate that trauma so that they won't become a part of the criminal justice system. And some of those services that we offer are individual counseling, group counseling, mentorship, all of those type things, family counseling that we offer at no cost. Okay. So the process, a lot of people have questions about the process.
Yes, ma'am.
So if someone calls our office and says, I'm the aunt of, Billy Ray, and Billy Ray is 7 years old. He's acting out in school. His dad is incarcerated. And I just believe we need to get to this child. He needs some help, and we need to get to this child before this child gets, the behaviors get worse or the behaviors escalate. So then we say, okay, give us all the information you have about the child. Are you the guardian of the child? Sometimes the person is, sometimes they're not. If they are the guardian of the child, then we'll go ahead, get all the background information, go through an orientation on the phone, and then we will schedule them for an assessment at our office, the child for an assessment.
Awesome.
If the person is not the guardian, we ask for that information, and then we call that individual to say, your child has been referred for this initiative. This is what it is. Would you like for your child to be involved in this initiative? And so then we bring the guardian, the parent or guardian, and the child in. We do those assessments. After we do those assessments, that typically takes about an hour, hour and a half that they will spend. We do those assessments in our office, which are just, some questions, about 37 questions about things that may have experienced, such as bullying, such as, have they moved more than, 3 times within a year, things of that nature. They'll get questions that will give us a score. And then we will have a fast track panel, which is a panel made up of community members, the sheriff's office. We have also their various counselors that are present. We have members from the faith community that are there. Sometimes we have the Department of Family and Children's Services there, because a lot of times they have insight about these families. Definitely someone from the school board, so we can see how the child's doing in school. And the parent and the child are not present at my office for the panel. The panel meets, talks about everything that everybody in the room knows about this particular child, and then they know the services that we can offer for free, and they say, okay, these are the services that we believe will best benefit this child. Then there's a plan that's actually signed. The chairperson, we have 2 chair individuals for that panel. One is the executive director of Family Counseling Center of Georgia, Patty Gibbs. The other is our retired juvenile court judge, Judge Quintress Gilbert. And so, we have a lot of experts on this panel, and so they sign the panel's recommendations, and then my office reaches out to the service providers that have been matched with this particular child and let them know this is their contact information and these were the services, and they also let the family know. And then we come out to the panel to review each child every 30, 60, or 90 days, depending on the level of severity.
Awesome.
And so we figure out, are these services working? Do we need different services? Do we need more services? Do they need services that are at a higher level of care? And so those are the things that we do. And then once the child completes the plan, that child is now a RISE graduate. And as I said, last year, we had our first graduation in December, and we had 26 graduates.
Ooh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Comment came in that said, Dr. Anderson said that it is so awesome to have a DA who does more than prosecuting, but rather focus on prevention. I think that's incredible. I do have a question, DA, that I think that our community, Black community, I deal with it in my church now. I think that we need to stop avoiding the word mental health. I think we preach about God, we preach about Jesus, and we do. But I think one of the things that churches, I've started it in my church, it is so amazing how many people are dealing with mental health. And mental health doesn't necessarily mean you're crazy, but how much stuff people have oppressed and suppressed so long in their lives. And one thing may cause them to snap, or I know you've seen many things, but what is your opinion on dealing with mental health?
Oh, I completely agree with you, and I would. I often, when I speak about mental health, even take it a step further and say we all have mental health. And the question is, where are we at this particular moment on that spectrum? Because as you just said, it changes.
Mm-hmm.
It changes when someone passes away.
That's right.
It changes when people get divorced. It changes when someone loses their job. And so we all have a state of mental health. The question is, what is your current state? And I do believe we need to talk about mental health the same way that we talk about, high blood pressure
That's
and
right.
diabetes
That's
and all
right.
of those other things. And it needs to be talked around the dinner table because it does change, and it can change, from moment to moment.
That's right.
And we have to be conscious about recognizing those signs in our loved ones, but also within ourselves.
That's right.
And sometimes we put on this facade or this mask that we've got it all together when in fact inside we are crumbling. And so it's important to find safe spaces. I talk about that so much, Bishop, especially with African American elected officials. And we have our own circles. And, I have a few of them who have said we need to all get together. So I plan on doing something private for us so we can have that safe space to talk about,
Yes,
being elected and being, a double minority, a woman and African American, and just the pressures and challenges
That's
that
right.
come along with that, and talk about our mental health, because
That's right.
sometimes we know it helps just to talk about it with someone who can understand, someone who can empathize with where you are, someone who's walked in those same shoes or is walking in those same shoes. And so I have a state of mental health. We all do.
We do, yes.
The question is, where are we
That's right.
in this moment? And, if we're towards the end of grief or depression or any of those things, what can we do to get back to the healthier end of the spectrum?
Because I feel that sometimes, that we keep moving after emotional exhaustion. I think sometimes we are emotional exhausted, and because people are always accustomed to us being strong, or always we put on this facade or we put on this mask to say, hey, I'm okay, when we're really not okay, that there are really issues that we really as a nation need to deal with this morning.
Oh, absolutely. And I know that individuals, my staff that work with me to serve this community, some of the things that they hear are traumatic, and they have their own traumas that they have experienced or traumas in their families. And when they hear all of this trauma, because we hear a lot of trauma and a lot of grief, and so we have been intentional about having what we call Wonderful Wednesdays, where sometimes we may all get together for just a couple of hours out of the day, and we might paint together, but we go back to work. But it's just a release. Sometimes I will have, I remember last year we had a young lady that came in and just poured into the staff and just talked to them and encouraged them because they have their own triggers. And when you interview people for employment, they don't tell you about triggers. They don't tell you, that they have experienced these things and this trauma and some of this stuff that we that we deal with in the office brings that stuff back up. So you're absolutely right. Oftentimes you don't know what somebody, Bishop,
Exactly.
has dealt with or is dealing with. And so you have to be sensitive to that. And as you know, I have an office of, we are an office in 3 counties in 4 buildings. In one of the buildings in Macon, we have 5 floors. So as you can imagine, we have to talk about the state of mental health even within the DA's office, Bishop,
Right.
and managing all of that. And so we do our best to be proactive in that regard and just try to find little things that will encourage them, that will speak to, their spirit and will continue to push them into the service that must be done for this
Wow.
community.
Well, we are so happy also, DA, to have on with us this morning. Attorney Forrest Johnson is on with us as well this morning, DA. Anita Howard.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. He is a very good friend of mine. I know that they are getting ready to have their, and I won't take that thunder from him. That's his
Okay.
event. They're getting ready to have a large community Easter egg event. And
Yes.
my office will be there. We have been invited, and so we will be there. I will personally be there at that event
Hey, I'll
as
be
well.
emceeing that event, so we'll be there together.
Right. So if people have questions or anything like that, you will be able to also sign children up for Rise. If you are their parent or their guardian, you will be able to come to that event and sign your kids up for Rise and schedule that assessment that we were talking about.
Awesome.
Community events like that are so important because as we often talk about, sometimes people, especially in impoverished and black and brown communities, they don't feel comfortable coming to the courthouse. So it's important to get out in the community. And so I'm excited about that event that Forrest V. Johnson is doing, and I know it's going to be so beneficial to this
Wow.
community.
Well, I tell you, DA, we love you here, and thank you so much for giving us these moments and minutes every Wednesday. We look forward to it.
Yes, and I do as well. Thank you all so much. Remember, call our office about Rise. These are free services. Let's make our community better and safer together.
Thank you so much. We love you, Anita Howard, DA.
All
All
right,
right.
thank you so much. Love y'all too. Have a great day.
All right, that was Anita Howard, our DA. Good morning, Attorney Forrest Johnson. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Man, how are you this morning?
I am blessed. Let me give a shout out first of all to Anita Howard, the PA, and the entire world.
Man. Well, it is a blessing to have you on with us this morning, Attorney Johnson. Man, you are. I've been following you for years when I was on the other station, but you have a sense of compassion for people. You give to the community, you help, you assist. What brought that part of you this? And we're blessed to have you on this morning with us.
Well, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be on the show this morning. And I want to thank you for inviting me. I want to say good morning to your listeners. To answer your question, what drives um having come up before and knowing what it's like to not have.
Yes, sir.
If you've been blessed to give, I think if you can, not only should you, but you are required to do so. And last but not least, we truly enjoy seeing the recipients, or I use the word recipients. We enjoy seeing people benefit from the various functions and other community activities that we provide. It's a true blessing to make someone else's life special. So that's why we do it.
As you come to this community in your giving, you do turkey giveaways, but you also have an incredible staff here to help assist individuals that's been in accidents, things of that nature. What is it about Macon, and not just Macon, but now people are hearing you in Cordeo, Georgia, Perry, Georgia, over in Irvington, Georgia, down in Vienna, Georgia, Fort Valley right now. What would you say to those individuals about the team that you have here and in Atlanta to assist?
Well, I think I have the best team of lawyers, paralegals, and other professionals in the office. You know, providing quality legal services is something that I've done over 40 years. And, you know, I, I look at Middle Georgia as home, even though
Okay.
our office is in Atlanta. And I see that there's a need for the type of legal services that we provide. You know, oftentimes people confuse the fact that lawyers advertise, but in our law firm, not only we do we advertise, we actually try cases. So we talk the talk and walk the walk. And customer satisfaction is something that I strive for each and every time we finish a case for a client. So, Middle Georgia is a part of the area that we service, and Middle Georgia is what we consider to be home for us now.
And you're in Milledgeville today. Free meals are happening today at 119 East Hancock Street in Macon. I mean Hancock Street in Macon, Milledgeville, Georgia. The Milledgeville listeners, there are some people coming from Sandersville, Sparta, Georgia, have heard about this. Can we talk about that just a little bit on what's going on today there, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, we're having we're providing meals, 500 meals, various
Wow.
personal items to a lot of the families that sustained losses as a result of the tornado that went through there just recently. My heart goes out to those families, and we're doing what we can to make life a little bit easier for them. So we heard about the tornado, we didn't hear about it. We saw the damage that was done in Milledgeville, and we decided that we wanted to do something. We wanted to do something positive for the people there in Milledgeville. So, within like 24 to 48 hours, we were able to um, get a vendor to provide us with 500 meals. And we are also providing some personal care packages. Um, as a side note, DA Howard talked about our Easter egg hunt. Um, Everyone is invited. It's a free event. We'll have gospel bands and live bands out there, but most importantly, we're doing it for the children of the Middle Georgia community. We'll have Easter egg hunts. We'll have prizes. We'll have, of course, your services out there and other um, broadcast services out there. So, it's April the 8th at Central Park, and everyone listening, you have my personal invitation to come and join us
Awesome.
in this celebration.
Awesome. And to all of the pastors that are listening, thank you all for being here. We have a lot of people online typing in. Tawana Combs Alexander, that's a shout out to her. I think she's in your Macon office here. Tawana, hello to you. But we are so excited in the community, the pastors and leaders of this community, on the services that you bring. But not only the services that you bring, but your compassion has always been for the community. And we would like to have the people to pour back into you, pour back into your services that you offer to the community. And the numbers here, Dr. Johnson, that they need to call for, we getting text now on the office here. What is the number for the office here and the number for the office in Atlanta?
And in Macon, it's 478-257-6266. That's 478-257-6266. In Atlanta, it's 404-758-9111. If you call our Atlanta office, the Macon office will also be basically notified of your call. So it doesn't matter which number you call.
All right, I need the first 100 people to give him a call today, 478 257 6266. Please join April the 8th. It's for the entire community. You need rides. We have buses here, and we will be more than happy to come and pick up your youth and your children to bring them over to be a part of this. I think is very major of what Dr. Johnson, Attorney Johnson, is doing here. So if you have church groups that needs rides there, we will be more than happy to assist you, Mr. Johnson, in making sure that those youth get to this event. Is there a limit, or is just everybody?
No, it's everybody. We've been blessed to have the sororities and fraternities participating. As a matter of fact, I think we have pretty much all of them, AKA deltas, omegas, kappas, Qs, sigmas. It's just a blessing to have all the fraternities come together and help us cook the meals. Or we'll be serving hot dogs, hamburgers, kitty packs, snacks, Gatorade, water, and all of this is free. And we'll have a lot of the churches, as a matter of fact, participating. That is helping us with this event. And I don't want to name one because it's just so many of them that if I start naming a particular church, I probably leave out a lot of the churches that have agreed to help us with this event.
Well, we are excited, Bishop Scott and I. We want to say thank you for giving us a chance. We're loyal people to show our loyalty to your company, to your staff, and the kindness and love that you all have shown us. Any words, though, that you want to, last words you want to share with this community and all the many, many listeners that are listening around, just not on air. We have people listening now all around the world that hears you today.
Well, a couple of things. First, and most importantly, if you've been involved in an accident or personal injury claim, give us a shot. Give our law firm a look, and I promise you that we'll provide the type of services that you expect. And lastly, if by chance you are healthy enough, mentally and physically, to do something positive for someone else, don't hesitate to do it. It's not always necessary that you have money. Time is often more valuable than money. The giving of your time is more valuable than money. And those are the two things that I'd like to say to your listeners out there.
Thank you so much, Attorney Johnson. We look forward to speaking with you and seeing you hopefully in the office next week, coming up to the live event. And we are excited about your company, what God is doing through you and for the community here. Thank you again for your time, and we certainly appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
All right, everybody, that's Attorney Forrest Johnson live right here, 980 WDDO 107.9 FM on your dial. Don't forget, give the office a call right now, 478-257-6266 or 404-758-9111. All right, give him a call today. You heard it right here. And when you call, tell him you heard him and you heard it here, right at 107.9 FM on your dial. I'm out.
Thank you.